Hello students, good morning. Now in the last period you remember that we completed the arrangement of molecules which are comprising together, forming together, and they are responsible for the different state of matter. In solid state the molecules are very compactly, rigidly packed together. In liquid state they are loosely packed, and in the gaseous state they are very free to move from each other. Now today we are starting with the new topic, that is interconversion of state of matter. Interconversion of state of matter, it means the change of a state of matter from solid to liquid, from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, or vice versa, gas to liquid, liquid to solid. For this, let me take the one example of ice. Ice, which is, we already knowing that, which is a solid state of water. Now it is a solid which on heating, ice, a solid form of water, on heating forming a water, that is a liquid form. Further on heating, it will be start to vaporize, it gets start to convert into the vapors, that is also called as water vapor, and at a very high temperature, at the boiling point, it is called as a steam. So this is a gaseous state of water. So solid is changes to the liquid on heating, liquid changes to the gaseous form on heating. If we want to be again reverse this process, then the gas on cooling will get converted into the liquid, liquid on cooling further will get changed into the solid. Any solid on heating will get changed into the liquid state at a constant temperature is called as its melting point, which is in short can be written as a MP. When I repeat again, at a constant temperature, a solid on heating converted into the liquid state is called as its melting point. For example, we already knowing is ice melt on 0 degree centigrade, or we can say that the melting point of ice is, in other words, we can say that melting point of ice is 0 degrees centigrade or 0 degrees Celsius. We also know that the liquid on cooling will get changed into the solid state. That process is known as the freezing. So the constant temperature at which a solid liquid on cooling changes to the solid is called as its freezing point. Example, the freezing point of water is 0 degree centigrade. From these two examples, we can say that melting point of any solid will be equal to the freezing point of that corresponding liquid. I repeat, melting point of a solid will be equal to the freezing point of that at corresponding liquids. The temperature will be always remain the same for a same particular small compound. The melting point when the solid is converted into the liquid state, freezing point, opposite of that, liquid is converting into the solid state, the temperature is remain the same, only the process is different. When solid is changes to the liquid, then it is heating. A liquid is changes to the solid, then it is a cooling. But the temperature will be always remain the same. Melting point of a solid will be equal to the freezing point of that corresponding liquid. In a similar way, boiling point, the constant temperature at which liquid start to boil into a gaseous form, then it is known as, or it is called as, boiling point. So boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade or 100 degree Celsius. In in opposite process also, when the steam is on cooling converted into the liquid water, that also takes place on the same temperature, that is 100 degrees centigrade. The boiling point of a liquid and the condensation point of that same gaseous state will be also the same temperature. The water boil at 100 degrees centigrade to convert into the steam, then the steam will also further condensed at the 100 degrees centigrade to convert into the liquid water. So remember, boiling point of a liquid will be the same at which the same corresponding gas will be condensed to form the same liquid. Now come to the next topic, that is a kinetic theory of matter. It is that theory which is depends upon the motion of the particles, how the solid states are get converted into the liquid state, liquid to gas. It means the interconversion of the state, how it is taken place, that is explained by a theory which is known as the kinetic theory of matter. Before going to the different processes, how they are takes place of interconversion, let me start with the some basic points of kinetic theory, which are also called as the assumption of the kinetic theory. Assumption means these are the basic points which are already assumed by this theory, and on the basis of these points, all the complete explanations are given. The first point is that the matter is composed of very tiny particles. That particles are known as molecules. The very first assumption of kinetic theory is that all the matters are composed of tiny particles that are called as molecules. In solid state, these particles are rigidly held together, tightly bind together, and they can only little vibrate, little bit up and down. That these particles, as we show that this is the arrangement of the particles or the molecules in the solid state, these particles only vibrate, means up and down, little up and down at their mean position, at their same positions. So up and down at their same position is called as a vibration. So the particles can only vibrate in solid state. In liquid state, the particles are in continuous motion because they are loosely held by each other. They have the weak force of attraction and little more intermolecular space as compared with the solid state. They are completely separate from each other and they are in the motion. They can collide with each other. So they collide with among themselves. Next, in the third assumption of the kinetic theory, in the gaseous state, the particles are in continuous random motion. Random motion, it means they can move freely in any directions with any speed. They are independent of each other. They travel much longer distance. They collide with each other and they also collide with the wall of container, because there is a very greater intermolecular space between them and a very weaker force of attraction. Due to that, they are free from each other. On the basis of their collision, the gases are exerting the pressure. How? The collision of the particles with the wall of vessel gives rise to the pressure, because when the particles are moved together, they are colliding with each other. Also, they are colliding with the wall of container. When they collide with the wall of container or wall of vessel, then they apply some force. That force per unit area is called as the pressure. Thus, we can say that due to the collision of particle with the wall of vessel, the gases are produce the pressure. They always gives rise to pressure. This is the next part, assumption of kinetic theory. The next point is that the particles possess some energy due to their motion. The particles are continuously in motion. In solid state, we are saying that they vibrate at their mean position. In liquid state, we are saying that they are completely freed from each other, and in gaseous state, we are saying that they are randomly moving from each other. And thus, due to this motion, the particles, as they have the some energy in their motion, this energy is called as a kinetic energy. On the basis of this kinetic energy, all the points, all the complete explanations are given in this theory. That's why this theory is named as a kinetic theory of matter. The kinetic energy possessed by the particle is depend on the temperature. Higher the temperature, higher the kinetic energy. Lower the temperature, lower the kinetic energy. These are all the assumptions which are based on which the kinetic theory is based. We repeat again, and the kinetic theory of matter, the basic points of kinetic theory, which are also known as the assumption of kinetic theory. The first point is that the molecule, all the matters are made up of tiny particles which are called as molecules. In solid state, particles are rigidly held, tightly held together. They can only little vibrate. In liquid state, as the intermolecular force of attraction is weaker than the solid state, the particles are in continuous motion. They completely separate from each other and they move, they can collide among themselves. In gaseous state, the particles are randomly moving independent of each other. They travel much long distance, and due to that they collide with each other also, and they collide with the wall of vessel. The collision of particle with the wall of vessel always gives rise to pressure. The particle possesses some energy due to their motion. This energy is called as a kinetic energy. Kinetic energy possessed by the particle is dependent on the temperature. Higher the temperature, higher the kinetic energy. Lower the temperature, lower the kinetic energy. So all these points we have to be remembered as the assumption of the kinetic theory. Now let we move how this kinetic theory explain the interconversion of matter. Interconversion of state of matter on the basis of kinetic energy of the particle, that is on the basis of kinetic theory. The first change is solid to liquid, that is called as a solid liquid conversion, that is a solid to liquid. In solid state, we already knowing that the particles are very close, tightly packed with each other. They have the very small intermolecular space. We can say that like a negligible intermolecular space, and very strong or maximum intermolecular force of attraction. The particles then only can vibrate on its mean position. When we will heat the solid state, when we will heat the any solid, then the vibration of the particles will be start. They are in slowly vibrations in the starting. As the temperature increases, according to the assumption of kinetic theory, the kinetic energy also increases. Due to this kinetic energy, the vibration also become more faster, further faster, and a situation comes when these particles become little away from each other. They are free from each other. They can move within the matter. Thus, a solid changes to the liquid state. This process is called as a melting process. This is the solid which on heating converted into the liquid. Why? Because on heating, the kinetic energy of the particle increases. Due to that, their vibration increases. This vibration increases so fastly that there a stage comes when a force of attraction become the weaker and the particle will become the free from each other. Thus, a solid changes to the liquid. In a similar way, how a liquid changes to solid, that is liquid solid conversion. How it will be takes place? In the liquid state, the particles are free from each other. We knowing it that they move within the matter, as they can move because they have the space. So due to their motion, they collide with each other, they collide with themselves. But on cooling means Hence, the loss of energy. As the particle loses their energy, they move now very slowly. Due to this slow motion, they comes together and they now as coming together, so their force of attraction between them increases. They start to become a form of a cluster. Thus, a liquid is changes to the solid. This is called as a freezing. A liquid on cooling changes to the liquid because on lowering the temperature the kinetic energy is get lowered. Due to the lowering in the kinetic energy, the motion of the particle will become slow, and the particles start to come closer. As they come closer to each other, the force of attraction and increases, and thus they start to become the tightly packed together, thus converted into the solid state. In a similar way, we can show the conversion of the liquid to gas, that is liquid gas conversion. In the liquid state, now we knowing that the particles are freely moved together. They can move here and there, but on heating, again I am saying that further on heating the particles which are moving here and there in the liquid, they start to move more fastly. They collide with each other more fastly, more strongly, that they become free from each other. So a liquid is get changed into a gas. This point is called as a, or this process is called as a boiling. A liquid start to boils into a gaseous state. On boiling, the kinetic energy of the particle increases, so they start to move more fastly, more collidely, more randomly, and they become the more free from each other. The space between them increases, the force of attraction between them decreases, thus a liquid changes to a gas. In a similar way, a gas is changes to the liquid. These are the particles of the gas. When we will cool it, on cooling, the energy of the particle is lowered because they lose their energy. So the particles which are moving here and there fastly, now they become more slowly. Due to this slow motion, the particles come closer. They form a cluster, thus a gas is converted into a liquid. Cooling means lowering the temperature. Lowering the temperature means their kinetic energy get lowered, and due to that the particles become closer to each other, and thus a gas is converted into a liquid state. So all these conversion of solid to liquid or liquid to solid, liquid to gas or gas to liquid can be easily explained on the basis of kinetic theory. In exam, these conversion can be asked. So remember, we can show them diagrammatically as we had shown here, that the solid on heating converted into the liquid. In a similar way, a liquid on cooling converted into the solid, a liquid on heating converted into the gas, and a gas on cooling converted into the liquid. All these conversion can be asked on the basis of kinetic theory in exam, so please learn them thoroughly. Also remember that they can ask in diagrammatically form. In exam, the kinetic energy assumption of the kinetic theory can be asked. All these questions can be made as an inside questions, so students prepare them thoroughly. Please read the books which are sent to you as a PDF, and on reading the lesson easily you can understand. Now the next point is that all these points, all these conversion of state of matter are the characteristic of the substance. If I am saying that a liquid is boils at 100 degrees centigrade and freezes at 0 degree centigrade, then surely that liquid is nothing but the water. For the water, its boiling point 100 degree centigrade and freezing point 0 degree centigrade is fixed. In a similar way, a liquid, it is boiled at 78 degrees centigrade, then it is surely ethanol. So these is temperature characteristic properties they are of for a particular substance, either the boiling point or a freezing point or a melting point. It is always a fix. So these conversion are a characteristic of the matter, and we also remember that why they happens, why it is a fixed, because for these two factors are responsible that we already studied it in the first previous chapter, that the intermolecular force and intermolecular space. These two factors are differ from substance to substance, and due to that their boiling point, their melting point, freezing point all are the different, and they are the characteristic of the particular substance. So now today we stop here. In the next class we'll continue. Thank you.